Hi, I'm Zack Farmer, and this is the Ward on the Farm video blog for the week of May 30th. And all the talk the past week has been about the play at the plate where Buster Posey broke his leg and whether or not Major League Baseball needs to change its rules to protect catchers from collisions. The short answer is no. Rules do not need to be changed, and if you want to read more about that, there's an article below that will be able to explain that a little bit more in depth. But what we're going to focus on is whether the Giants are a playoff team without Posey. We officially learned Sunday that Buster will be lost for the season, but as a piece of good news, learned Pablo Sandoval could return by the start of the next homestand, and the news could not have come at a better time. The offense has continued to struggle and has looked even more lost since Buster went down on Wednesday. Huff has still not begun to hit to form, and neither has Tejada. In fact, he has actually started to lose playing time and has sat a little bit more on the bench this past week. But what will keep the Giants at least afloat is going to be the strength of their team, which has been the pitching. So long as Lincecum, Kane, Vogelsong, Bumgarner, and Jonathan Sanchez can remain healthy, this team will be able to keep in the race and at the very least keep up if anyone were to catch the Giants in the meantime. Obviously, there has been some talk about whether or not now the Giants need to go out and find a replacement bat at the catcher position. And this is the one thing. In Major League Baseball, there are not a lot of good, great hitting catchers. Posey is one of the best 5 catchers in baseball, and so to find a replacement for that is extremely difficult. And we'll have to kind of wait and see exactly if they're going to have to make a move. Whiteside could probably be a serviceable backup for what the Giants are going to need, but fact is, it's like unless they go out and get a Brian McCann, they're not going to get a equal replacement to Buster Posey. Now, there's also been some talk of Ivan Rodriguez becoming a Giant, making a trade for him. He is an option, but once again, you're looking at a 37-year-old catcher. He's not going to be able to play every day. Eli Whiteside is still going to have to play a good amount of the time, even if Pudge were to join the team within the next few weeks. We're going to shift gears from baseball to basketball, and with the NBA draft only a couple weeks away, the Golden State Warriors have definitely started to shrink that ever so important needs list. And a big part of that is going to be how they fix the defense and also how they fix the ever important rebounding problem. That did get better over the past year under Keith Smart, and with the additions of David Lee and Ekpe Udoh by the draft last year, you're looking at a team that is starting to piece it together and figure out exactly what's going to work and what isn't. And with that said, the Warriors are looking for still people to relieve the normal starters. So a backup for Monte Ellis, a backup for Steph Curry, and some relief at the 5 position with the number of kind of skinny big guys that they have. They need some beef down low. Now the question is whether or not this is actually available in the draft. And sizable big guys, there is not a lot of depth to that part. So there isn't the 7-foot guy who's going to weigh 300 pounds, 260 pounds. And considering where the Warriors are at number 11, they're not going to have the pick of the litter, pick of the crop, as you may want to call it. And a lot of mock drafts have actually had the Warriors taking a guy like Marcus Morris, who is going to be a ready-made guy out of Kansas. He's a power forward, 6'9", but he's a little bit of an undersized big guy. Now, he could be very serviceable, as I said, but if you're looking for someone who's going to be able to help the Warriors, I don't think he's necessarily the answer. And I think the same goes for another guy they've actually had listed as Tristan Thompson. He's a 6'8" power forward. Once again, lacking in size. He is very athletic, but the Warriors are going to need someone who's 6'10" and very much capable of providing help at the center position. Now, if this person were to fall, he would actually help the Warriors very much, and that is Kawhi Leonard out of San Diego State. He's actually a true small forward, so he doesn't exactly fit the need at center or at guard, but I don't believe that those are areas that the Warriors will be able to help in the draft. So what you're going to have to do is you take the best available, and if Kawhi Leonard is there, he is the best available player, so you must take him because he is going to be versatile, he is athletic, and he has an offensive game that will that will be able to help them in the long run. He's a defensive presence, and at the 3 position, along with Darrell Wright, those two will be able to shut down many of the elite threes in the league, or at least maybe not singularly, but as a unit, they'll be able to shut down possibly a Carmelo Anthony and maybe just slow down a LeBron James. Now, with that said, there's also a player in the draft you need to completely avoid, and that would be BYU's Jimmer Fredette. This is a guy who, once again, the Warriors do not need another guard who plays no defense. The Warriors need defense, 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 and Jimmer is a shooter first and not much more. You have to avoid Fredette at all costs. With that said, I'm Zack Farmer, and this has been The Word on the Farm.